It's headlines and fun, true crime tales and a wild rerun. Bits of news to brighten your day in the latest, wackiest, petty expressway. Scandals, gators, space coast too. Crimes that baffle and headlines askew. When the world gets dark, we bring the cheer. Newsy nuggets, the good, the grim, the weird is here.
Hey guys, it is Mo, and we have some nerdy newsy nuggets for you. Yes, we do. On today of all days. Hey, you guys, we're back, and gotta love a busy family all home for the summer. But we are ready. I've got a nerdy newsy nugget about the way astronauts make hamburgers in space. And honest to goodness, it looks like a crudité. I'd say crudinay too. Like, nay, I'm good. Yay or nay, that'd be a nay. That being said, I'm not a big cheese person. Whatever that pickly stuff looking thing is, no. Just all around no for me. But let's see what they use to make a hamburger in space. Here's the wild way NASA astronauts make a makeshift version of a popular food item in space. Quote, this hits the spot in a way all its own. Now, this needs, look, no, just no. A NASA astronaut recently revealed what a makeshift cheeseburger looks like in space, and absolutely nothing about it looks appetizing. When you're in space and don't have easy access to much, let alone a fast food restaurant, you have to make do with what you have. Again, if this is what I have, I say no. Like, I'd rather eat MRE. Oh gosh, what was the worst one I had? Basically, all of them. Look, it's a texture thing. I'm sure that military scientologists figure out how to make the most nutrient dense, gloopiest, chickeny thing that they can to get into a packet. I'm sure a lot of science goes into it, and for me, who likes my food not touching and to be able to see my food, it was just no touchy. Look, I was too much of, King Cusco in The Emperor's New Groove. I'm like, no touchy, no, look, it's probably a reason I didn't master basic, among a lot of things. That's exactly what Johnny Kim, who is currently on the International Space Station, or ISS, had to do when he was craving a burger. So there's no BK in town, can't even get to McDonald's, the Golden Arches. He took 2X to share his Ranger Burger creation, which consists of a beefsteak, so a little beefsteak, a wheat snack bread, cheese spread as both a topping and a glue, potatoes au gratin laid in the middle, and a generous slathering of gyeonshang, red pepper paste from a care package from the SpaceX 32 Cargo Dragon. I miss cooking for my family, but this hits the spot in its own way, he wrote in his tweet. Let's see, Johnny Kim, M+14. So what happens after cargo resupply docks with the space station? The same thing when the space supply ship reaches its destination on Earth. The cargo needs to be unloaded and stowed away. We call this cargo ops, and if available, all hands on deck operate to get, everything put away. If you've lived on MREs, you've probably tried some creative field experiments. Here's a twist on the Ranger Burger, one of my favorites, beefsteak. So he basically just tells you how to do this. I don't recommend it. You're not in space. You have access to BK, but use BK and, them, letting you have it your way sparingly. Not as a treat, sparingly. I'm not one of those that says you can never have such and such to be healthy. Just, in moderation. Now, Kim has been on the spacecraft since early April and will spend 8 months there. Oh, dear God, put me in a space station when I get hangry and there are no more Mike and Ikes. Because y'all know I'd be up there watching the Karen Reed trial still, be like streaming, be like, this is Mo from space. That's what I'd be doing, but I'd still be there watching the Karen Reed trial, and then I could scream. I could really scream into the void when I get mad. That might be the only upside. I can actually and quite literally scream into the void space where no one can hear you scream, but you still do because, well, Hank. While it's easy for people on Earth to judge Kim's creation, astronauts are not only forced to get creative with what they have access to, but they have to make sure that they're consuming enough calories while in space. Two astronauts that were stranded on the ISS for 5 months chow down on pizza, roast chicken, and shrimp cocktail. Unfortunately, processed food is what many in their position have to eat because Space Food Systems Laboratory at the Johnson Space Center in Houston has limited fresh fruits and veggies. I mean, you have to think there's decomposition if a fruit rots before they can eat it. It gets all gunked up in the little. We've had kids. We've seen a toddler with a banana. Can you imagine something like that happen with all the sciencey magic stuff up there? I mean, it'd be pandelirium. Fantastic. We should have more panda-based fun words. So I'm going to create them. Pantastic and pandelirium. There's fresh fruit at the first, a specialist told the Post, but as the 3 months continue, it goes away and their fresh fruits and vegetables are gone, and so they're forced to eat, packaged or freeze-dried food. Now, all meat products like the beef steak used in Kim's burger and eggs are cooked originally on Earth and then reheated in the space station for consumption. Food aside, even making a cup of coffee is quite a task while in space. Supposedly, astronauts use a zero-G cup or a capillary cup. I don't know. That sounds. Look, I don't drink coffee. I have tried, y'all. It's too bitter. When I add amount of coffee creamer and sugar to it, it is basically a milkshake. And if I'm going to drink a milkshake, I'm going to get one from, Steak and Shake on the, half priced hour because I'm cheap too. I'm a cheap date and I like a milkshake. My milkshake brings the boys to the yard and then like 6 kids. What the hell is wrong? Damn right. They're like, your milkshake's done worked, ma'am. Put the milkshake away. You need no more boys in the yard. Now my girls are getting boys in the yard and I'm like, hell yeah, mom's strapped. Hell yeah, mom's strapped. Anywho, allegedly in Minecraft, mom is not strapped, but I'm just saying there is that moment when you realize that the boys are now sniffing around your girls and you're like, that's a no-go. Like, sweetheart, I know you want to date my daughter, but to date my daughter, you have to get through me. And I'm a former theater kid with a lot of inner rage. My inner self voice is a mega cunt. I mean, honestly, you don't want to mess with me. Tawanda and better insurance. That being said, I don't know. Gotta love the youngest most ferals. We take for granted gravity. Generally, we're unaware of the weight of our hands or how easily we pour coffee into a cup. We don't think, will the coffee rise up and pour out? Can we pour out the coffee? We just do it. Well, thank God they still had their coffee. And for those that were stranded, they're back on Earth doing the, daily physical therapy to get used to gravity again. I hope that they suffer no ill effects. And, well, thank God they don't have to eat a hamburger that looks like this. And to, let's see, Johnny Kim, I wish you well on your Rager burger. This has been Nerdy News Nuggets about hamburgers in space. What one of the many weird, wacky, and wild things I find on the internet and share with you daily, generally 3 to 4 times a day. As you can hear, my ferals are apparently fighting World War III, so I'm going to get off of here and go take care of that. Remember, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Don't let douchebags bring you down. Bye, you guys.